Are you looking for the evidence and analysis you need when writing about the theme of human nature? Well, look no further. The aim of this video is to provide you with all the information you need to help you achieve the very highest marks when being asked to explore the theme of human nature in the novella, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. What we'll do now is run through a plethora of key quotes and analysis that you can include. So let's begin. "Oh God," I screamed, and "Oh God," again and again, for there before me, pale and shaken and half fainting, and groping before me with his hands like a man restored from death, there stood Henry Jekyll. The transformation in the mind of the character is like restoring someone from death. The pauses here help to indicate that the character is unable to fully comprehend what he has witnessed. The exclamatory sentences show that the character has now lost his sensible control, and that the transformation of Hyde has forced him to question what is true or not in this world. The actions of Jekyll seem to defy science and God, and this fear of science, a reflection of society at the time, shakes Lanyon to his core. The character, who represents rationalism, is now unable to function in a rational manner any longer. "The deadliest terror sits upon me at all hours of day and night, and I feel that my days are numbered and that I must die, and yet I shall die incredulous. As for the moral turpitude that man unveiled to me, even with tears of penitence, I cannot, even in memory, dwell on it without a start of horror." Witnessing a transformation is what leads to the death of Lanyon. The fear that the character now feels is reflected in words such as the superlative deadliest, to indicate there is nothing more deadly, terror, which is a psychological torture and fear, and horror, a physical fear. So you can see a complete sense of shock and fear at what he has witnessed. "God bless me, the man seems hardly human, some troglodytic, so we say." The interrogative sentence indicates that the character is unable to describe Hyde. He is a beastly other who does not belong in society. The phrase "God bless me" highlights that Hyde seems to be a crime against God, a comment on the distrust society had for science at the time. Troglodytic reinforces that Hyde is a character who is someone freakish and not part of the respectable society that Utterson represents. "Utterson, I swear to God," cried the doctor, "I swear to God I will never set eyes on him again. I bind my honour to you that I am done with him in this world. It is all at an end." This line highlights the desperation of the character and his desperate decline as a respectable man who has the ability to control Hyde. He appears addicted in the same way a drug addict would be. The oath in God's name, whilst also indicating honour, indicates that the character is a noble one in comparison to his doppelganger Hyde, the opposing part of his psyche. The simple declarative sentence, "is all an end," is again ironic, as the end is ultimately for Jekyll and not necessarily for Hyde, although both obviously die. It was also believed that the brain was split between good and evil. Jekyll's decline would support the notion that his mind becomes fully taken over by Hyde. "If I am the chief of sinners, I am the chief of sufferers also." This quote indicates the true duality of the character and the psychological conflict with him. Chief demonstrates not only that the character is extremely sinful, but in fact the leader of it. However, the notion of suffering not only links to the concept of hell, but also the regret the character is tortured by as a result of the fury of Hyde. The declarative sentence highlights the feeling of the character at this point in the novel, which begins to hint that Jekyll would rather escape the pain and become Hyde. "It was on the moral side and in my own person that I learned to recognise the thorough and primitive duality of man. I saw that of the two natures that contended in the field of my consciousness, even if I could rightly be said to be either, it was only because I was radically both." This line is key and is a key reflection to the psychological exploration of mankind. Stevenson is clearly highlighting to respectable Victorians that we are both good and evil, to remind those who feel superior to others that they have the potential to be worse. "Man is not truly one, but truly two." A quote which truly highlights the duality of human nature. It was believed that the brain was split between good and evil. Jekyll and Hyde are a representation of these ideas. This would be a shocking thought to respectable aspects of society, who it seems, according to this quote, have evil within themselves. The repetition of the word truly indicates that this is without doubt. "Ordinary secret sinner." Again, this quote indicates that there is nothing exceptional about Hyde. We are potentially sinners. The adjective secret creates the Gothic tone of something subversive and dangerous, hinting at the actions of Jekyll. So there's a great selection of key quotes. What you need to do is practice revising and using them in your essays. So good luck.